Hello, so we're going to be playing as China. We're going to start by going to iron frame buildings. We're going to build 30 construction sectors, 10 each in southern Manchuria, Shaanxi, and Yunnan. And put road maintenance on those so they build slightly faster. Then in tech, we're going to go for empiricism, into colonization and stock exchange, and then railways. We need colonization to get recognition, of course. Now we'll reallocate our interests. We want maybe Indochina, South Africa, and France, although Indochina is probably the least important of these. And I know you sometimes lose an interest around the start, so we will be canceling that one actually. Go very low government wages and high taxes, because that'll earn us a lot more government income. Now we can do a grain consumption tax, but I think we want to wait till we're done with the Opium Wars, or else we're going to have significant radicalism problems from doing that. In the meantime, we're going to use some promote social mobilities in various states with this authority, which we might eventually roll back. Now for our starting stuff, we're going to rival Siam, Nepal, and the Khalsa Raj for influence. We're going to begin improving relations with Russia. We also want to improve with France. We do not share an interest right now, so we can't do that. Our first war is going to be against South Africa for Lorenzo Marx. So let's just unpause and go to January 30th so we can get our interest appear in Gaza. Let's see here. Should appear in just a second here. We made the classic mistake of not clicking this event before February 1st. How dare I? I'm literally throwing the game. If you click this before Feb 1st, you get to save a month on banning the opium trade, which is pretty nice. Anyway, we're gonna demand conquer state from Gaza, and then mobilize 30 battalions, along with using our navy to land it. Britain's negative response to the Opium Wars has caused us to get a negative lobby towards them, which is kind of interesting. Now we're going to start importing lots of iron, although the most important thing to import is actually tools, so that we can build our own iron mines later on. Tools are super important. Now we've got this peasant movement here. We're going to put the rural folk in our government. Then we're going to start enacting homesteading, cancel enacting it. Now that makes the peasant movement very mad at us, so we can then pass tenant farmers with the peasant movement helping us out here. And that should make this fairly easy. I think we should start bolstering the peasant movement to ensure this pass goes by pretty quickly. Southern Manchuria is probably almost done. Let's use this authority to bolster the peasant movement. And we're going to begin improving relations with France. Now the UK has started their take treaty port play against us, so what will we do? The answer is we will tell Britain, yeah, I want to revoke some claims of India Company. You know, this is very relevant war goals we've got here. And then we'll also take some British Indian war reps, because that'll be pretty nice to have. And these are our war goals. We can add one more revoke claim just to make their acceptance a little bit higher. Do they have a little bit of Punjab Hills? Yes, so we don't want to do that one. We want something they do not own any of, so like Sindh. That will be pretty good revoke claim war goals we've got there. Currently naval invading Gaza. So how do we actually plan on defeating the British in the Opium Wars? Well, it's pretty simple. We are going to do nothing. That might not seem like a very effective strategy, and that's because it isn't. But what we're actually going to do is not mobilize these troops. They're going to land Beijing or something, and then we're actually going to mobilize some to try to get them to not do fake naval invasions of super weak divisions. But the plan is, they'll do a naval invasion to Beijing, then we'll let them land in Beijing, then we re-land behind them with a different army, like this 30 stack that we're bringing back with, and that's pretty much the plan. So now that the war has begun, we're going to start a naval invasion on British Indian Malaya, because that's how we enforce our war reps war goal. This is incorporated for some reason, even though this is now the British have started a naval invasion, so we're gonna now retreat our troops from here. Oh, that caused Cape Colony to naval invade. That's not very nice, but it's fine. It's only one ship, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Maybe you should have waited till the last second if you were doing this. But yeah, we're gonna station our navy in the East China Sea, and then we're gonna try to keep the army in position so that it can try to re-land behind as fast as possible for this situation. Keep the enactment time on that low. I'm going to keep this in roughly the right spot. Cape Colony's naval invasion actually got in first. Alright, well, the other naval invasion, I believe, should be getting in pretty soon. Let's take a look here. Yeah, you're in 13 days. So we're just going to be preparing for that real quick. We get addiction recovery. Some could say I'd make construction queue empty for a second there. And they'd be right, but, you know, my excuse is that I was in a war, so therefore I was justified. Anyway, this 45 naval stack, yep, it normally goes away like that. Then we can do a naval invasion into Beijing, and they're just going to let us do that. And then we can also land Hebei, For some reason, the front disappeared. I don't know why this happens, but it does sometimes. Anyway, that's the first naval division gone, and they're now at 75 war support. We need them to get down all the way to 0, and then we can make our peace. That's going to be pretty tricky. Oh, we accidentally fought a battle. That's something we definitely do not want to do. So we have one stack here because we saw the Hebei army was going to land way first, and we need them to land at roughly the same time, or else the navy could get in our way. So we have some defenses so that they'll land somewhat around the same time, hopefully. It might not quite work out. I assume they're probably still going to be able to land earlier with the Hebei army, but it will slightly even out the timings. Oh, never mind. This army's already here. Okay, so we just want to try to escape the HQ as fast as possible now. And now their navies move away. And so we can just mobilize this army and begin the naval invasion. Very good. And like that, we retake our country. It's just as simple as that. They're already down to 52 war support, so yeah, it's going pretty well. This time, for some reason, the Tibetans are trying to hold Hebei, which is a little interesting. How close is this other army to arriving? Okay, it's pretty close, so we should get naval invasions in at roughly the same time here. Yes, we do. Very good. Sometimes you'll get them in bad timing, but usually this just results in them being able to hold one of these inland provinces, which you can just defend with troops, and it usually just ends up being alright. Are they going to hold their navy here? Nope, they do not. Alright, perfect. Sometimes you do get unlucky and they hold their navy there, but in the vast majority of cases, they do seem to just move it away. That's pretty nice. By the way, for some reason, your revoke claymore goals are not being enforced while they hold your capital. I'm not really sure why this is how it works. Oh yeah, you can see they own some inland provinces here, so we can demonstrate what that's like, but it's not really that big of a problem or concern. You can just raise a couple armies and deal with it, or we can just not deal with it, actually. Let's go with the not dealing with it method, where we just kind of let them expand out and then retake it whenever they take over Beijing. So they retook over Beijing, so we're just going to reland it, and we're basically just going to keep doing this. It's almost over, only like 10 more weeks or something. France offers us a trade agreement, we will of course be taking that. Anyway, next tick Britain should go negative, and now we can enforce our war demands. Very nice. Propose the peace deal to Britain. You can see their acceptance is pretty high due to all the revoke claims being achievable through capitulation. And now we get our peace deal. Very good. Okay, we're going to invade Transvaal. I know the troops do take actually a pretty long time to get there, so we're just going to hope that they can arrive in time. Because yeah, if they can't, that is going to be a bit of a problem, because we're going to have to find some other war that we can declare, because we are out of infamy after that quite long war with the UK. Looks like we are indeed going to reach the front in time, which is very good. We have an 80 advantage or something. Surely we can win, even though we have 0 ships. That's a slight problem, but I'm sure we'll be fine. You know, what could possibly go wrong in this war, except for, like, literally everything, right? Yeah, see, these battles are fine. Nothing is going wrong at all. Trade agreement with Russia? Okay, we'll take it. We could even get an alliance with Russia. Oh, we can also go for the passing of agrarianism now, which is very good. Okay, we're winning battles in Transvaal now. Very good. Hopefully we can occupy it before October ends. It looks like we're not going to occupy it before September ends, but October ends. Only going to lose us a little bit. We can enter into a defensive pact with Russia, sure. France getting an alliance with them is going to be really quite essential. So I was thinking that we didn't want to get a Russia alliance because you can't cancel alliances you get with obligations for 10 years, but I'm pretty sure we can avoid that by calling them into a war that they'll refuse, although I'm not sure that we can find such a war. So I think we're going to do this as our thing, get an alliance with Russia, because that'll help us get recognition quite a bit earlier. We can just have an interest in Anatolia and then beat up the Ottomans for recognition. Or actually the Balkans is going to be better because there's releasables there. But since we are currently 2.5 years away from colonization to be able to earn recognition, we are just going to be going for Irania right now. The one downside of this Irania war is it really blocks us from importing tools, which is a bit of a big problem, but hopefully we can just deal with it quick enough that that isn't going to be too big of a problem. Somehow we got 2 battles to start, so we won one of them very easily. Looks like, you know, we lose our first few battles, but then I'm sure we weaken the Irania army enough that we can win, like this one. Yep, basically. Very good, very good. They have so many troops on the front, like 200,000 versus 400. It's ridiculous. The sheer numbers mean we will eventually defeat them. So I meant to put all these on maintain single crop at the start of the game for grain production to trigger corn laws, but I forgot to do that. We're going to start doing that now. Should make these grain trade routes expand a little bit further. Since we're getting close to passing agrarianism, we should probably spam some government administrations in various states. We probably want to keep them actually somewhat concentrated, but we also don't want to have to deal with qualification issues, so I'm not really sure where we should build them, but we're just going to spam a bunch of government administrations to solve our huge bureaucracy problem we're going to be having. I think we go to roughly 15k usage, and now we're at 11k. About 8 months from the colonization text, so we're going to start declaring on the Ottomans for liberate Bulgaria. We'll also add liberate Bosnia-Herzegovina and Ottoman war reps. Then we'll be calling Russia in to fight this war for us. They're already at war with the Ottomans, so I assume it should not be very hard. It looks like no one is really supporting the Ottomans in their play. So just call ally. No, they don't want a diplo pact. That's trade states. So yeah, get Russia in the play, and that should be pretty easy. Maybe primary this to ensure no Ottoman back down. We passed agrarianism and the war has just begun. 4 months till colonization. Probably could have declared the war slightly earlier, but it doesn't make much of a difference since the Ottomans were already in different war with Russia. That's going to be the main thing that determines their occupation anyway. France is offering military assistance. We'll obviously take it, although it's not really giving us much of any huge bonuses. Yeah, we just unlocked earning recognition, so we should be able to trigger that fairly quickly. Get addiction recovery, very good loyalism. Once we get out of opium crisis, we'll be able to finally start earning real monies. Is that, yep, Russia occupied Constantinople. Very, very good. Ottoman should be capping out pretty quickly here. Not quite 100%, but they're getting pretty high on occupation now. Russia just keeps occupying more and more of their country. Surely they're getting close to 100%. They're getting pretty close. I wonder if these Egyptian occupations are counting or not. Okay, well they're at 91% now. They're taking out real fast. Oh, no, Egypt just capped out of their war, so now I guess that must have counted then. So we're going to sign the peace without war reps so that we don't have to wait an extra week, which would put us over the month tick, which would mean we wouldn't get a tick on opium crisis. Quickly propose this peace deal here, which should earn us recognition. Yep, we get the Qing-Russian Treaty of Commerce and Navigation. Very nice. We get recognition. The 12th great power, except for actually the 3rd great power. Okay, we're going to cancel some promote social mobility decrees, and we're going to go for the grain consumption tax. It's so much money. We need the monies. All the monies. I need so much money. All the monies must go to me. Anyway, we're going to form a power block now. Sovereign Empire. Vassalization. Oh, we do need to grab some rivalries in order to do this. So let's find some rivals. Who do you want to go with? I guess Netherlands and Ottoman Empire. Sure. Form vassalization power block. Gives us a little bit extra authority, which I guess we can use that authority to consumption tax opium, which who's eating opium with an opium ban? I don't know, but we'll tax them. Now we're going to build a giant university. I sorted by highest earnings or lowest expenses, and we're just going to build a ton of unis in this state. It looks like Suzhou is the state. We could have built them in Beijing, but apparently we have very low infra there, so I think Suzhou will be a fine replacement. I think let's go with 30 unis. I think that'll be good. I decked for Protectorate on Argentina because I wanted to get some infamy so we could not waste infamy trying to complete the opium crisis, but I want to try to get them to back down so we don't have to wait a million years to complete the opium crisis. You know, we only have 3 years and 7 months left to complete it. So hopefully if we just add a ton of war goals worth of maneuvers, maneuvers worth of war goals, surely they'll just back down and then we don't have to fight the war, right? And this could never go wrong, I'm sure. Argentina, I know you just want to back down, right? Just back down. Why wouldn't you back down, really? Basically, it's just your duty to back down to this war, okay? Chile sides with Argentina, but they're still at max relative military strength, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference in whether or not they're going to back down. Come on, just back down. I know you need to. Okay, Argentina indeed backs down. Very good. All of our universities, we get the higher learning event. Now we'll choose the tech progress on empiricism. Russia's protectorating Persia? That's kind of unfortunate. He's spamming paper mills to hopefully lower goods for government buildings cost, because right now I'm sure a ton of this is paper, yeah, basically the entire thing. So if you can lower paper prices, it'll be very significant for government income. And with that, the opium crisis should nearly be over. The remaining, truly a perfectly made event. The sovereignty of Great Qing is absolute. I agree. Remove the ban on opium. Now we're going to put opium on export privatization, because I assume Britain's going to start importing opium from us, and we'd like to have a tariff on that. Oh, Great Britain is embargoing us. We had a lobby and demand to embargo Britain. We could do it. What interest groups are in here again? None that are actually relevant, so I think we're gonna keep on not doing that. Yeah, when we unpause, our SOL should jump up by 1 here. Yeah, it jumps up by 1. We're gonna use that 1 SOL we jumped up by to raise taxes. Okay, we're gonna attack Dynam to make them a protectorate, because you want some more mandate, and they're pretty close to us, so might as well go for them as a protectorate. I mean, you could actually wait later and then full annex them. That would be kind of reasonable. You can get a ton of infamy reductions. But I think this is also pretty reasonable to just attack them once the opium crisis is over. We'll also add some other war goals to make them potentially just back down. Now, we're going to be spamming quite a few consumption taxes here. The reason we're doing this is consumption taxes, the amount pops pay on them is actually reduced based on the minus tax collection, unlike normal taxes. So, like, if we look at a peasant here, I'm pretty sure, you should be able to tell this. You can see these peasants have absolutely tiny consumption taxes of 1/3 of income taxes, or if you look at a state with 100% tax collection, like Altai, we should see a slightly different picture here, where consumption taxes are above income taxes. This roughly shows that consumption taxes are affected by tax collection, which is very useful for us, because it means we can spam tons and tons of construction, help gigacharge our economy, as well as universities. Apparently the Dutch East Indies joined against us. I didn't really realize that, but we'll just move our navy and stuff into position, and then naval invade their capital, and we should be gold. Okay, I built a little bit too much construction. Let's downsize a little bit. I don't know, we don't want to have too big of a negative balance here. Interest is like a little bit higher than we'd like to pay. So we're going to try to trigger corn laws by going to minimum taxes for a little bit, hoping that our SOL should skyrocket, and then should be able to go do some other stuff, and then trigger corn laws. We just need our SOL to go up a little bit, and then we should be good. Hopefully our SOL will go up. Surely it'll go up. There's no way it doesn't, right? And right as I end that recording, we get the SOL going up. Let's say how our grain consumption is doing, 25.9 thousand. I think that is enough. So what we're going to do now, citrus orchard, big orchards, harvesting tools, ox-powered plows, harvesting tools, ox-powered plows, and this should unhire a bunch of people. Now we get plus 20%. Now we go start passing serfdom, which should remove grain throughput, and we should hopefully, with all this, yep, we get 26%, and that should hopefully trigger corn laws. Yep, we get corn laws. Very good, very good. Now we can go back up to maximum taxation, and we got corn laws. Okay, we got a modern conservative. Very good. An inspiration for our age. Changlin Lingley. That should make the liberal movement a little bit more popular. Now, we might need to take away one of our consumption taxes, like services. We can then bolster the liberal movement to ensure that this will pressure the landowners. Oh, never mind, it's already pressuring the landowners before this guy even became an agitator, so that's not actually going to be necessary. And now we can use that to pass laissez-faire. I should do some testing to see if laissez-faire is actually better right now, though. It gives very slightly less reinvestment, but it's going to be worth it overall because it'll give us more capitalist relative to agrarian. I don't even know why I was thinking about this at all, but what happened to my France relations? Why are they like 30 lower? I'm so confused. Oh yeah, they created a power block. That would make a lot of sense. Time to swap these up to lathes and dye workshops and stuff. That should help out our SOL slash economy a little bit. You can see our pops are below minimum expected right now, which is not very good. You got a mandate. We could go for food standardization. We could go for advanced research or something. I think food standardization is just the play though, right? Construction is the only one I can think of that would be even reasonably close to as good. So I think we're just going to go with food standardization as our first principle. 10% agriculture throughput should help out a little bit with our economy. Okay, we unlocked atmospheric engines, so let's swap up to that on all these PMs here. That should be pretty good, I think. Let's take a look here. That should crash iron prices hugely. Yep, that's a big drop. Laissez-faire also passes. Let's see, did that increase or decrease our reinvestment? Looks like it stayed roughly the same, or maybe it already had changed. I don't know. I think it wasn't that big of a jump, though. So for our first company slot, we're going to slot in the logging company, just because it will help out a little bit, I think. Bulgaria will become our subject based. Let's take it. Very nice. Also, they instantly ask for market control, so we can now reduce autonomy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. It's insane. Reduce autonomy, or reduce subject payments exempt from service, so they reduce liberty desire a little bit. Also, we should be going for free trade on the law passes, because that will get us rid of this decision, which will give us 10% loyalists, which will actually flip our radicalism to positive loyalists. Okay, Burma is the next country to be protectorated. We'll mobilize a bunch of armies onto the Burma front. Bulgaria is actually losing their uprising. That's not acceptable, so we'll do a naval invasion into Bulgaria to try to fix that. Russia has proposed mutual investment rights. Yeah, I don't think we want that. Maybe it would be good. I don't really know. Yeah, we're gonna land in Bulgaria, but it turns out that Western Thrace is actually their capital, so that's where we actually need to land. Oh, they got a troop back here in time, so never mind. We're just gonna... Okay, we land in here. That's something. Now we probably need to choose a new army to land something else with. And I assume that we'll probably barely have enough to hold this front. Oh, we actually have enough to push, maybe? We'll see. It's gonna depend on combat width, but I assume we have enough combat width here. Yeah, we do. Okay, we win. Very good. The Burmese actually have line infantry. That's crazy. We need more mobilized troops to defeat. Okay, we pass free trade. That gives us the end of the Corn Laws, which flips our radicalism completely. I looted the one unit that had demoralized troops, so we should be able to get naval invasions in here. Yep, we land into the Turkish uprising now. Very good. Oh, they're requesting increased autonomy. We will, of course, say no to that. Begin improving relations. And the Turks should be defeated. Yep, they proposed a peace deal to crush the secession, and we accept that, of course. I've unlocked line infantry, so we can start upgrading all of our units to line infantry and prepare for the Great War of the British Raj, because our leader starts out as cautious, which means we can take the British Raj for under 100 infantry. It's time to see if we can beat UK. I'm having pretty high hopes, considering the UK has seemingly deleted like half of its military and only has 88 battalions. I think we'll probably be able to do it. So yeah, let's declare transfer British Raj, and we'll also add in as war goals their British Indian War reparations. I think that will be our only war goals. We could add revoke claims to try to get them back or to accept easier. Yeah, sure. We'll add some revoke claims. Revoke claim on Sind, revoke claim on Baluchistan, and that should be enough, hopefully. Just gonna try to disband some armies here so we have a more reasonable army, because this is actually just way too many armies to manage. Okay, I've organized it into slightly more reasonable levels of armies, although maybe even this is too many armies. So we'll put one on the Kashmir front. We'll then get the rest ready for a potential enforced mill access on Burma, I think is what we're going to go for. Or to defeat the Raj here. I don't think it's going to be possible to win without that. Okay, never mind, we don't need to enforce mill access on Burma, because Britain adds Lib Burma as a war goal, so we can just walk all of our troops through here now. Very get our next principle. We could go food too, but I think it's probably going to give us too much overpopulation, so we should go for something else. Now the question is construction. Do we go for construction here or what? Yes, I think we go construction here. I think it'll be pretty nice for that 10% state construction efficiency. Looks like we're winning this battle against Britain. Are we winning this one? No. Okay. Oh, we've got huge advantages on this front now that they moved a bunch of troops off, so let's just start pushing, I guess, through this front. That might work. Finished mech tools, so we can now turn on sulfite processing, but we do need a lot of sulfur in order to do that, so let's build some sulfur mines, and then this will absolutely explode our production of paper once we can do this, but we just need to build some sulfur mines first. Maybe this is actually overkill. Yeah, we can probably afford a few less. Do something like this. 25 sulfur mines. So the British have made landing in Korea, and that's a bit of a problem, so we're gonna create a new army here. And yeah, we'll give it a... We don't really want to promote a scholar official, so let's give this guy max promotion. And then defend front with a ton of conscripts so that we can hopefully hold in Manchuria, because yeah, we don't want to lose our whole country, please. That would be ideal if we could not lose it. Okay, we're going to move a ton of the armies over from this one into the Punjab front, because that front actually has infrastructure in the battle, so we actually win them, because over here there's just too little infra to have our numbers advantage succeed. So we got our capital occupied by this front, but we're retaking it with some naval invasions here, try to ensure we don't get defeated in the war. We got spaghettied off the front with our main army. The front isn't really that good for us anyway, but yeah, we're gonna do this to deoccupy a ton of stuff here, try and save our country. Oh, we slowly push into Bengal from over here. Okay, we're nearly at West Bengal now. Let's go, we're in West Bengal. Very good, very good. Put troops on the East Bengal front here. Now we're enforcing. Very good. Since all of our sulfur mines are built, we're gonna swap up to sulfite pulping. And I assume this is gonna make up, yeah, paper prices are now extremely low. Sulfur prices are super high, but that should adjust as sulfur mines employ up. Okay, we can now enforce on Britain. Transfer British Raj and British Indian War reparations. Very good, very good. We need to rivalry more people to improve with our subject. That's unfortunate. Who do you want a rivalry here? And it's unfortunate that France got an anti-us lobby. Or did we get an anti-France lobby? We got an anti-France lobby. But yeah, that was super unfortunate when that happened, because it basically means we're doomed to getting good relations with France, which sort of breaks one of the ideas I had, which was to try to conquer Asturias for the company. It's pretty hard to get to that company now. I just stopped improving with Vietnam, so we can improve with these guys. I don't know if we want to rival yet, so we're just going to rival no one for now. We're tech spreading railways, so we're going to swap over to water tube boiler for more iron production, and then we're going to go for mechanized workshops. Maybe we shouldn't go for mechanized workshops, actually. That's probably not worth it. Maybe go central archives, and then, like, pharmaceuticals? I don't know. I think we're going to be using United Construction Conglomerate this game, so we're going to go Construction 2 here, which is a little bit of a weird pick, but the minus infra is actually going to be kind of useful right now, I think. That's going to solve our infra problems in quite a bit of states, yeah. Trigger the atmospheric engine event here. We're going to click the water tube boiler tech progress since we already basically have railways. It's like 200 tech progress away. Not even, like 80 now. Russia's in a war with USA here. We're going to transfer Baku to join them, even though we're going to have Baku be isolated for a long time. Eventually, the state does get 240 oil, and once we transfer Persia, we will get a connection. So, yeah, we'll be taking Baku. Got water tube boiler. Can we swap that PM up? That's going to be huge. Condensing engine pump on all these things. It's going to be so much more stuff that we can put into construction. More construction. All the construction must be made. We've also unlocked railways, so we should start building those in states with minus infra so that we can actually build in them again. Start subsidizing the railways. That's always important to remember to do now. So I'm going to declare on Portugal to conquer Alentejo. There's a 4% chance they just accept, which would be very lucky if that happens. But the plan is we need to conquer Alentejo from Portugal because we want to try to take Asturias from Spain, and there's no way we're landing Spain right now. So we just need to land Portugal for Alentejo, and then from there we'll have a land border with Spain. We'll add some other wargles. You can probably get them to back down, actually, because they are sort of weak right now, so I do assume that they will hopefully back down because they're bankrupt. So yeah, they have 106 war wariness, although that's going to hugely change when Britain joins the war against us. But I think there's still a good chance they back down. We'll see. Wait, they're still max scared even with Britain on their side? That's crazy. They just back down. Let's go. Big night. Okay, now we're going to conquer Asturias from Spain. And it says Austria might intervene, but when I did this before, when I didn't have the state, they didn't intervene. So we'll see if they intervene this time. I'm going to mobilize a ton of battalions, put them on the front here, and also move some guys over to the Iberia HQ, ready to do a naval invasion on Asturias, assuming that they do not have any guards. We'll call ally on Russia. You might see we can call France in, but they actually want Dominion of India, so that's ridiculous. Of course, we're not giving them that. Sweden managed to land in Galicia. Cray. And we are just pushing super easily through here. Looks like Austria didn't end up joining the play, so yeah, we should be good. Grab this 15 stack here. Oh, never mind. They've got guys garrisoning their HQ, so looks like that's not going to be too useful. Only 8 guys. Maybe we could push through it anyway right now. Well, we're just going to keep pushing through normally, I think. I think we can make it to their capital pretty quickly this way anyway. Yep, we've expanded out into Badajoz and Western Andalusia. Now we just need to push to Toledo, and eventually we've been enforced. Yeah, we should have been enforced really fast, actually. Basically, all of mainland Spain is now occupied by us. Okay, we can now make peace with Spain for Asturias. We will instantly start incorporating this because we really want to get the Asturias company as fast as possible. In case you don't know about the Spanish company I was talking about, it's Duro y Campania here. Steel, coal, and iron, which is very good. Standardized filing systems. I'm interested, will this make us more money? Looks like it did. That's big. Very nice. Oh no, looks like it didn't? I don't know. It might actually just be investment pool changing. All I know is that it didn't lose us that much money, probably. Jamming another few billion universities, because those are going to help out quite a bit with our tech spreading, because we're still pretty behind on tech right now. I'm going to take a pit stop at dialectics for the better uni PM before we then go back to going for steel frame. Oh, we can actually afford more construction. Let's build more construction then. We can afford quite a bit more construction, I think, because we're running a positive 70k balance and positive 40k investment pool. So yeah, we can probably not Inner Mongolia to 15. That's probably a little bit not quite right. But okay, we're going to be trying to multi-land because I don't actually see any other way to get in here. So split formation, and then we need to multi-land Bulgaria and what's the other province? Yeah, this Northern Thrace. And I think, oh, no, we can't even multi-land. They have enough troops to stop multi-landings. This is a bit of a problem. I'm gonna try to build up a big navy, and I'm sending over my 69 stack over there. And hopefully with all that, we should have enough to win, but it's gonna be tricky. North Jylland does not have enough for 10 boats, but we can't delete them easily, so too bad. Okay, well, we didn't get enough navy, but I think we're gonna be able to land anyway, because we brought over the small 25 stack, and we're landing with it. We're 97% landing. We just need one more successful battle. They're in default, so their army isn't that strong. They're getting some penalty from that. Oh, they're at the point where they're getting minus 50%. So yeah, that's definitely helping out a ton with our ability to land here. You can see, yep, we're in. Okay, well, that's good. Very good. We were 11 war support away from capitulation. Okay, we got 2 more mandates. I didn't realize we got 2 mandates. So yeah, we'll be picking food 3 for that extra 1 SOL, which should solve our radicalism a little bit, or solve our minimum expected at least. It actually didn't help our SOL at all because it's rounding, but yeah, we'll fix that when we get a health system. The great leap forward with tech has begun, 125 weekly tech spread. That's pretty insane. Looking at the top GDP states, Yunnan is the #1 GDP state. I'm surprised Western Guangdong is our next highest. That's actually really weird. What do we have in Western Guangdong? A huge clothes factory? That is pretty big. And we got dialectics, so we can now go to our universities and swap all 260 of them up to philosophy department. Yeah, we got a couple unis. And yeah, that's going to give us quite a bit from unspent innovation. 25% uni throughput for 5 years. That'll help out even more. 200 tech spread, 230 tech spread. This is insane. So we could wait for prop tax, but I think we're just going to go per capita tax here. It would make us slightly more money at this point, so we're going for it. We're going to get the PB in government as well, so that this has a higher pass chance. In terms of company, I think we're going to go for Qing Home Goods. Iron Company seems like a reasonable play here, but I want to get Duro y Campania for my Iron Company. So we're going to wait on that, even though it's going to be roughly another 15 years till we can slot that in because of having to incorporate the state. Okay, we're going to go for advanced research as our next principle. I'm building some food industries in Hebei so that we can get our food company going, because I wanted that for birthright. I'm also trying to build Tall in Shaanxi so we can have this be our next state that's worth building to tax capacity in after we pass per capita taxation here pretty soon. We passed per capita tax. We barely don't have enough clout on the industrialists to put them in government for schools, which is the next law that we do want to pass. But I'm pretty sure we should get that clout very, very soon. They're at 4.95% already. That's pretty good. We need to put some generals on this Tibetan revolt, but that's not going to be too big an issue. I think like any day now, we should get them up to 5% clout. Okay, industrialists got demarginalized, so we can now slot them in our government and then start passing public schools. Our first 2 events were minus enactment time, so we're going to try to stack enactment time super good, and that should hopefully make this law pass go by insanely fast. We're going to do all this. I think we'll even promote a scholar official, because we might have to go below 90 otherwise, and we'd have to go down another tax level that way. And yeah, we're getting this law pass ticks every 20 days, which is super fast. We just need some decent events, and we should be able to pass this law. 3 plus 10% enactment chance debates in a row. That's crazy. Okay, we're getting real close to passing it. Can we pass it on this tick here? Let's see. Yes, we do. Okay, now we can go back up to high taxes, put back our grain and clothes consumption taxes, and we can kick the industrialists out of government. Very good. Now, actually, without Advanced Research 2, we don't have enough bureaucracy to upgrade it, but once we get Advanced Research 2, we should be able to upgrade it, and then we'll build some government administrations to upgrade it to level 3. So yeah, like that. You can upgrade this to level 2 now. Up to level 2 on the education institution, which is pretty cool. We really want to They're building more government administrations, I think, but they're pretty far back in the queue. Maybe we should put them higher in the queue so we could upgrade to level 3 education. Yeah, I think we're going to put these guys higher in the queue so we can start upgrading to level 3 education. Okay, we're going to level 3 on the education institution now. I think with education 3, we should immediately tick on steel frame buildings. Now, what do we want to go for after steel frame? I think shift work and then improve fertilizers, pump jacks, vulcanization. It wasn't quite enough, but we're very close to getting steel frame buildings. At least I don't think it was enough. Yeah, we got the minus ahead of time penalty, but it wasn't quite enough. But we're super close anyway. Get egalitarianism as our next society tech we're spreading. Steel frame buildings is going to be super good. It's such a good upgrade. Okay, it's time for the great steel frame swap up. We're going to start by swapping up not a ton, but a decent amount. And we'll see how this first swap up goes. Let's see. Yeah, we have a explosive shortage for now, but we have 20 explosive factories set up just for this, which should become very profitable on the next tick as explosive prices have shot way up. Oh yeah, we also need to swap our glassworks onto crystal glass, and that should help us out quite a lot with ensuring glass prices stay reasonable. Glass prices are plus 49 still, that's pretty surprising, but explosives should be going down pretty quickly as this building employs up. Our next mandate, we're going to be going with Advanced Research Level 3 here, which will help us research these techs quite a bit faster. Oh, our cautious guy died. Unfortunate. Okay, let's swap over the rest to steel frame. It's all steel frame now. Shangzi is nearly at 50 million GDP. Since we have Education 3, I think remote social mobility decrees are kind of just a waste of authority, so we're going to take those away. I'm going to start trying to pass colonial exploitation, because that is going to be pretty useful. I'm going to turn Eastern Guangdong into the world's greatest rice farm, because yeah, we are in desperate need of some grain, as people have pointed out to me. We do need a little bit of grain. We know we have a 15,000 grain shortage. This is making our SOL a little bit lower than we would prefer for it to be. Okay, we've unlocked the fertilizers PM. Let's go. Fertilizers, fertilizers, and fertilizers. Now grain prices should have absolutely crashed with that. Yep, they're down to plus 0%. We are currently subsidizing the rice farms in eastern Guangdong, which is costing us a fortune. But we're trying to build up some stuff to make sure we won't need to subsidize them in the future. Also, I should swap up fertilizer PM to this. How much fertilizer are we lacking right now? Let's see, we're lacking a little bit of fertilizer, so let's build that up in various states and ensure we got lots of fertilizer. We also need to make sure that we have enough railways in eastern Guangdong. Okay, France is fighting Prussia for German unification right now, so we'll take a French bankroll in order to steal money from France. Of course, we aren't actually going to help them. Why would we help them? That would be crazy. Okay, the rice farm no longer needs to be subsidized. 1.8 million workers here is just absurd. Notice we ran out of infamy, so we're going to conquer Zanzibar with our infamy, because that'll give us a little connection into Africa we can use, because we're going to be passing colonial exploitation here. Mobilize this 102 stack, which will be naval invading into Zanzibar with. Since we've actually hit the point where we run out of things to employ in Shangzi, since it's out of peasants, I think we're going to move on to southern Manchuria as the next state we build up a mega city in. You know, let's just start out by building 20 railways and then spam a ton of iron and coal mines. Okay, we conquered Zanzibar. I guess let's start incorporating this, right? Incorporation basically costs us nothing because we have infinite bureaucracy. Okay, we passed colonial exploitation, so we can now start doing some colonies. Very cool. We actually would need to do some in severe malaria unless we like conquer British stuff. So I guess we probably will do, but we're just gonna start some colonies in severe malaria right now. Do we actually have a port here? We actually don't. That's a bit of a miss. Oops. We're gonna invade Britain for British South Cameroon and British East Africa because this will mostly cut Britain off from the colonization of Africa. Now, Russia offers to join us for regime change in British East Africa, which we will certainly give that to them. Almost done with dynamite research. We need to spam some more explosives for that, I think. Let's spam quite a few explosives for that. Like 30 and 30. Something like that. And we'll start upgrading slowly our PMs to dynamite soon here. Should unlock that any day now. I think on this Monday tick. Yep, there we go. Dynamite, dynamite, dynamite. And we need explosive factories up to vacuum evaporation. Oh, Bulgaria offers this peace deal. We'll, of course, accept it. Now, we're going to try to naval invade into Britain now. We're successfully pushing in British East Africa, I assume. Yep. Okay, we failed to land in Britain, so we're just landing in British South Cameroon, which should mean that all of our war goals aren't being enforced. However, what? No, that's us not being able to be enforced because of Transfer Burma. Yeah, we're going to try to land them because their war support is ticking very slowly because of that clout from supporting lobbies. Get the Communist Manifesto event. This gives us Li Wei, who's a communist. Oh, Britain's actually successfully enforcing their Transfer Burma war goal. Let's go send over our giant conscript army that was defending Beijing to deal with that front. Well, this guy is actually an insane character. Is he a historical character? Yeah, he is. That guy's pretty crazy and strong. Okay, we can now make peace with Britain. Very good. Get British East Africa under our control. Now it's Qing East Africa. And we also get this thing to grow our colony from. It's isolated from our market. I assume that's just because we are lacking convoys. There should be a port there, right? I assume there's a port here. Yeah, there is. If so many pops below minimum expected, we're getting turmoil. That's a bit of an issue. I'm starting to pass proportional taxation because we had a very radical socialist movement that was ticking up. I would prefer to go public health insurance, but that doesn't make the socialist movement like us. We really want the socialist movement to not rev us in a civil war right now, I think. We trigger a world to win. Okay, this is going to cost us quite a bit of bureaucracy if we take it. I guess we'll take regulatory bodies, although it does cost so much bureaucracy. We'll just have to accept that fact. We do need to build up to tax capacity in a lot of states anyway. Uh-oh, Heavenly Kingdom moment. Hong Shikwan is here. That's bad. We have a tiny bit of rubber, so we can put this on automatic irrigation, and that's going to produce us, what, like 1,000 rubber or something in total? So we can solve up a couple to tooling workshops. I assume we don't have nearly enough for all. Yeah, you can solve up like 100. Maybe Shangzi's should be good. That's just gonna be, yeah, that's perfect. Okay. For tech, I'm currently just trying to spread it equally between Zeppelins and malaria prevention. Also, maybe a little bit on multilateral alliances, because these three techs are super important. Actually, we're running a positive balance. We need more construction, is clearly what that means. Time to spam more construction sectors. I think it's time to cancel the alliance with Russia. I think we want to invade them kind of soon. We'll invade Kunduz now, I think. Or Russia would actually join Kunduz. So if we wanted to fight Russia right now, we could do that, but I don't know if we want to do that right in this instant. I think it's India annex time, so we're going to grant all of India to Tibet, and then grant it back to India, and then annex them. Oops, we shouldn't have granted them Terran Basin, but it's not too big of a deal. We're supposed to be granting them India. So it turns out there's actually no way to go from north to south of India without going through West Bengal, so we're going to grant the rest to Burma, and then reduce autonomy on them. Or we can already reduce autonomy on them. Yeah, we're just going to grant the rest of this to Burma, because we need to unincorporate their states so they have low enough infamy cost eventually, and then we can just grant all this stuff back to India, of course, once we're done with this. Okay, now we're going to be granting everything back to these guys. Okay, we're going to be annexing India now. Come on. Yep, they accept annexation. Very, very cool here. Yep. Just a mere 47 infamy to take over India. Okay, we're gonna be down to minimum taxes and then add in a ton of consumption taxes because we want to have higher legitimacy and lower minimum expected SOLs, but we still want to rank in the same amount of government income. So adding a ton of consumption taxes is a great way to achieve those goals. Okay, I finally have to stop doing my reloads infinitely because I was having the Heavenly Kingdom thing, and I had to keep reloading to avoid the events. It was really annoying. Okay, we passed proportional taxation. Very big nice. We need to pass public health insurance next, so let's get the church, our government. I assume the trade unions are gonna kill legitimacy. Yes, they do. Alright, let's go for public health insurance. So there's unification play. I'm a little bit confused why Bavaria and the South Germans are not in this play. That doesn't really make any sense to me. It makes very, very little sense. Why is that happening? I don't know. An obligation from the French? Sure. Oh no, the Great Flood of Nigixia. Okay, public health insurance has been passed. Very good, very good. We should actually be passing workplace safety office upgrade as well, because we've got a ton of bureaucracy saved up right now. Build up a ton of infra in Shangzi here. This is because of the flood that we need infra, but whatever. Healthcare is going to really help out with our SOL, because we've got actually huge amounts of pollution impact in these states. It's giving negative 2.2 standard living. That's going to help out quite a lot now that we've got healthcare. You can see here, now SOL is exactly equal to wealth, where it was one below before we got level 1 on the healthcare system. I did forget we need to slot in Duro y Campagna. We're going to disband the Qing Food Company because it's less valuable to us, I think. then the much, much more important company. If we scroll down here, we should eventually see Duro y Campania. Yeah, we need Duro y Campania. Let's see here. Where's Duro y Campania in the list? We're establishing it. It's the greatest company ever made. We need it so quick. Okay, India's actually just using terrible PMs, so we're going to reset PMs on all of India to make sure it's using the right PMs. That should help boost up our GDP a little bit, I think. I just hopped up all of our tools to machine steel tools. I think we have the rubber in Africa to do it at this point. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure we'll have enough rubber. Okay, we just finished Zeppelins. Let's go malaria prevention into multilateral alliances and political agitation. Okay, I think I'm going to intentionally trigger the civil war from the socialist movement by trying to pass per capita tax, just because I'd very much like to fight the civil war right now. I think it's got very little states. It'll cut our radicalism in, I think, a fourth, which will mean we'll have to deal with significantly fewer turmoil issues. Like right now, even states like Yunnan have turmoil issues. So yeah, we should get the socialist movement triggering a civil war here. We also just joined the scramble for Africa, so let's start colonizing a little bit more. Let's go into this state. We do need to kind of conquer the Netherlands colonies here. I think NGF is likely to join though, right? Yeah, NGF is likely to join against us. Oh, it's an uprising rather than oh, that's actually really annoying that it's an uprising, because that means it's not going to clear radicalism. This being an uprising instead of a revolution is actually just super annoying for us. Okay, we can finally crush the Urga uprising. We really need to hope that Southern Manchuria can, like, re-employ these buildings and stuff, because, yeah, this is not good. Okay, we're gonna swap out construction for colonial offices, and then it's time to invade Russia for Persia, and I know we could get cheaper infamy if we waited a little bit longer, but I don't wanna. We're transferring Persia, liberating Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan actually has a lot of good states because they have a lot of lead in them, which is going to be very nice, although it's going to be very hard to get enough workers in those states. Can we, like, liberate something else useful? I don't know what we want to liberate. Probably Far East is going to be good. Primary Kazakhstan. And then, what, we want Ural or something? Is there no Ural releasable? Oh, we don't have an interest in Ural. That would explain that. Now, we could transfer Herat, but it's only 10 infamy. Okay, let's transfer Herat. I think this is going to be... Okay, war goals. Russian war reps, primary. Alright. Now we just need to prepare for war. Okay, Russia adds return Ili as a war goal. That's good. If they added war reps, we'd be in kind of big trouble because we can't actually make it to Baku. Okay, we just unified this whole front here, down here in the south. The south is where we're mostly pushing. We're actually just trying to defend up here in the north, which isn't actually going that well. We should probably hire some conscripts. Do we actually have our guys on the right training PM? Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's hire as many conscripts as we can for this army, because I think we need it. Okay, we're gonna push from the north in Kola here. Hopefully we can make it to the Russian capital before they assign to the front. We'll see. Can we rapid advance? Yes, we can. Okay. I believe the rapid advance shall carry us to St. Petersburg. Come on. Will they assign to the front with this stack? If they do, then maybe they get here in time? Yes, they do. Okay. 10 days. We've got 10 days. Let's see. How does it go? Come on, come on, come on. It's like one more battle. Just like... Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm splitting formation. We're grabbing these 6 troops. We're gonna go take naval invade this state, but we're actually gonna do a naval invasion into Ingria. Okay, we can now cancel this naval invasion and go for Ingria. Let's go. Yep, we landed. Good, good, good. Now Russia should be ticking in a couple days. Hopefully we can make peace. Russia sent us a peace offer, but that's about to expire. Okay, are you going to give us everything? No? Okay, we'll take no war reps. Very good, very good. And begin improving relations? Or no, we don't really care about that. Alright, well, we got connection to Baku now. Very good. There's so many lead mines in Persia. We need all these lead mines be leaded up. Upgrade all the lead mines to max. You gotta supply my empire with lead, Persia. Looking at all the top GDP states in the world, you have to scroll up quite a while to find the highest non-Chinese state. The next state after that of ours is Inner Mongolia. Oh, they occupied all this stuff from us. We need to deoccupy it from the evil rebel. We must tax the people more so that we can build more things. Yeah, Netherlands, I'm gonna need that state of Dutch South Cameroon from you, please. Because, yeah, that's mine now. Thank you. Good job, Dutch. Yeah, the reason we need that is because it wasn't letting us assign to the front, so... Pretty useful to have it. I haven't turned on auto expands up until this point. That's pretty crazy that I haven't been using auto expand up until this point. I really cannot manage 16,000 construction. It's so fast. You build like 30 buildings per week, even if they're 800 construction costs, which is insane. Maybe automatic expansion can save me. It probably just can't though. We'll see. We're gonna put every single industry on auto expand. We have 38 pages of construction and we're still already using it all. What is this scam? The Yihetuan movement. Yes, revive the Qing, destroy the foreigner. I kind of forgot we were supposed to be taking this treaty port. Okay, Britain's decided to defend this war instead of giving it up. Okay, alright. Well, Britain, you'll have to be defeated then. USA sides against us? Not very big nice. These guys want one of our states from us? That would be kind of interesting. I don't think I want to give it to them though. Man, my GDP growth is kind of stalled out. That's not very good. Also running like too big of a negative balance. We need to delete a ton more construction sectors. We have simply too many. I already deleted a couple, but yeah, we need to delete even more to get to a reasonable level of money loss. Like even this might be too many construction sectors still. Yeah, we need to delete quite a few. Our main problem right now is that we're literally just completely out of iron mines, which yeah, that's kind of stumbling our growth right now, not having any iron mines to build. Build rice and demand will come. That's what we're doing. More rice and more demand for rice. That's how it works. Just build rice and then people will demand rice. What could ever go wrong in that logic? Is that a flood? I don't like that very much. Got another company slot here. We could slot back in the food company. I think we're gonna go with the opium company. Okay, we can now peace out with Britain for the treaty port. And that completes the Boxer Rebellion, giving us this thing here. We can either get united in righteousness or revere the empire, revere the emperor. I think we'll get revere the emperor. Looks like they're basically as good though. Now we're up to 75 million loyalists. That's pretty good. I think it's electricity time. Let's start building electricity, like 10 in every state. And then we'll auto expand it, and then can turn on like electric sewing machines and stuff, and this should help us out quite a little bit. I don't know. We'll see how well it turns out, but I think it should turn out pretty well. We're about to unlock plastics, and this is going to supercharge our economy because we'll actually better have glass again. Because right now we have a little bit of a glass shortage, not a huge one, but I'd like to have a little bit more glass. And you know how we can get a little bit more glass? Well, it's pretty simple. We just turn on houseware plastics, and it sends us into a 17,000 oil shortage. Just a little bit. Baku alone can produce quite a bit of oil, though. That is, of course, assuming that we can actually employ it, which is the answer to that is probably we can't. But if we could, we'll use tanker cars to try to make it more employable. We'll see how much oil. We probably can't employ like all of them. We should probably turn off a ton on from this PM, but yeah. We should go combustion engine for the better oil PM before we go macroeconomics. Okay, we need just to turn off this glass PM on like almost all of these. We don't have enough glass to do this. Shangzi, you can have houseware plastics. I think that's basically all we can afford. Maybe we can't even afford this. Maybe it's so worth it that we're okay with running a tiny short. We need to turn off craftsman sewing in a bunch of these because it's just not very profitable in our market right now. Let's turn it off in all and then we'll manually turn it on in a couple. Maybe it's more efficient to put a couple on elastics. I'm not sure. I'm gonna start raking back some of the less efficient consumption taxes here so we can hopefully let the economy expand a little bit that way. Because, yeah, I'm not feeling too great right now about our economic growth. Maybe we can expand it a little bit further if we do something like this. I don't know. We'll see. We've gone down to medium taxes. Hopefully this should mean we're making significantly less tax income now, so we can hopefully get some real expansion of the economy now. Looks like it might be working. We're up to 1.4 billion GDP now. I'm just kind of not really used to playing like this because normally I have enough resources, but in this game we kind of completely run out of resources, so having government income is kind of bad because government can only really spend on construction, and construction costs resources which we really don't have. We're going to declare to make Japan our protectorate, then we'll join them in their civil war, and yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Japan protectorate for just 10 infamy. Okay, so we can now stop up the combustion engine derricks, which should mean we can now produce more glass, which should be very big nice. Can we swap up all of this? It's going to be 10,000 more oil consumption. How much oil do we have? Let's see here. We've got... it's going to be... Nah, it's going to be too much, right? And let's just swap up all and then see what happens. Surely you run an oil shortage, right? No, we don't. Never mind. Okay, it's all good. Okay, we're removing the big consumption taxes now. Now we're running a pretty big deficit again, but with the investment pool, we're actually doing kind of okay. Time to annex the Kazakh Khanate. It must become mine. There's so much lead and stuff here, so yeah, it needs to become mine, or else I will be very sad. Yep, conquer the Kazakh Khanate. I think I have to support Persia here, or else they will go independent, so I guess we'll take an obligation. Okay, Kazakh Khanate is about to finally surrender. It'll be kind of nice. Very good, very good. Very good states here. 1.8 billion GDP. I'm gonna try min taxing just so we can see how high we can push our GDP by the end of 1890. 1.93 billion, 1.92 billion. We're getting pretty good. Okay, we passed wealth voting. That's pretty good. Now, can we pass parliamentary republic? I assume not really. I mean, we actually have a pretty strong trade unions and stuff, so we could do it. But the royalist movement's going to become really big mad. Although we could just quickly slot in creative legislature to do it. Let the first election go in first, of course. Oh, shot. Are we actually going to hit 2 billion by the end of the year? Let's go. Big nice. Big nice. Yes. Okay, now that we got that, we're gonna go up a tax level. Maybe we want to go up 2 tax levels. I'm not really sure. I think we can sustain this level of taxes probably. And then we're just gonna keep growing like this. We'll see how much we can grow our economy from here. What does Idel Ural release? I'm kind of curious. Let's see here. Idel Ural. It releases Samara, Kazan. Could release this and then take Perm and Ural. Yeah, this doesn't actually take Ural or anything, so that seems like a pretty decent idea. Of course, war goal here, and then conquer Perm and Ural. I think we'll also liberate Kokand, and those will be our war goals. Very good, very good. Because we're super resource starved, so we need these Ural and Perm resources. You know, there's so many resources in these states. This is the great Japanese economic miracle. This certainly is one of the GDP graphs of all time. I'm going to temporarily replace colonial offices with creative legislature. Also, by the way, there's a little bit of a glitch here where you can select freedom of movement with closed borders, even though it doesn't let you select freedom of movement 1, you can select higher levels of freedom of movement. A little bit weird, but yeah, we're going to be going for creative legislature, and that's going to make it so we can pass parliamentary republic, and you'll see that that reduces the activism increase, so that gives to the royalist movement, so we shouldn't trigger a civil war, hopefully. It's only trending towards 72%, so we should be good. Okay, Russia's consistently backing down, so we're going to primary conquer Ural, so they hopefully don't back down. Okay, with primary conquer Ural, they did not back down. That's very good. Looks like we need to defend this front here, down here. That is a bit of a problem, but they only have one troop there, so we should be able to win pretty easily. This main front, we're winning pretty heavily right now, which is good. Can we go up on training PM so that we keep on winning better? Yeah. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, we can now reduce Japan's autonomy to puppet. Okay, let's do this. Okay, yep, we get 89% success chance on Parliamentary Republic now. And we're in Tingria. Alright. Very good, very good. Oh, Russia just proposed a white peace. Terrible. Alright, here we go. Peace with Russia achieved. Very nice, very nice. These states are super good for us. We can build giant iron mines in these states, giant coal mines in these states, and more. Lead, lead, lead. We love lead. There's so much resources. I love it. Now we have so much of the top GDP states. The next highest of ours is Zungaria. The state starts the game with like basically nothing, but it's actually pretty big right now for us because it's just got a huge lead mine in it. You know, it's got a level 36 lead mine. Actually, that means this state's gonna be like at least double as big as this. So like 45 million GDP state right here, I think. Probably, because Zungaria has got this big with mostly lead, and this state's got over double the amount of lead. And we've now become a republic. Big nice. The fall of the Qing dynasty. Yeah, no, we will have to take 20% Han radicals. How many radicals is this? 548 million radicals divided by 20%. That's going to be like 110 million radicals we get. What? That's not 110 million radicals. Okay, well, better than 110 million radicals, I guess. Okay, I think we're gonna do this government, and we're gonna start passing old age pension, because I think we really want the dependence income, because we are really struggling to stimulate our economy right now. Okay, we get old age pension in. How much are we paying in welfare? Oh, that's quite a bit. All right. Yeah, 333,000 for level 1. That's pretty bad, but yeah, we're gonna be leveling that up. That's gonna be, a slight issue, but it'll be fine. Now, we kind of do want to try to pass women's suffrage now, but it's gonna make us get even more unemployment. It is what it is. Who cares about unemployment? We'll be fine. The incorporation of India just ended. That's pretty nice. I was looking at the GDPs here, and I saw Baden is doing incredibly well in GDP. The Baden AI is like, what GDP? They're number 19 in the world. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I guess they are in the North German market, so it makes a little bit of sense, but still, that's pretty high GDP that they've acquired. Oh, we're out of information. Time to conquer the Far East. The Far East shall be ours. Oh, Russia would protect them? That's not very big nice. Then we'd have to lose our truce with them. Oh wait, did we already lose our truce with Russia? Oh, we did. Can they lib Siberia? I don't know, maybe. Looks like they cannot lib Siberia. That's not very big nice. Well, I think we're just gonna conquer the Far East anyway. Maybe we'll conquer the Russian Far East as well. I don't know. Okay, yeah, Russia joined the play, so we could try to conquer more states from them for resources. We could also just try to make borders slightly cleaner by taking these northeastern states from them. I think that's probably what we'll try to do. There is gold there too, but we don't really care about gold that much. So yeah, conquer Yakutsk, conquer Kolyma, yeah, there it is. And maybe Fergana as well. That would make the borders quite a bit cleaner. Sure, we'll go for that. Their government was made illegitimate, so yeah, we'll do this government now, I guess. That's legitimate. Very good, very good. Okay, we just completed Stamp Out Monarchism. Very nice, very nice. That means we get the Century of Triumph from completing the Fragile Unity JE. Very cool, very cool. This gives us 50% tech spread and 25% tech research speed, or 25 legitimacy. Yeah, I think we'll take the tech research speed. Oh, speaking of that, we can actually go up to level 5 on the healthcare institution. And, no, naval battle blocked us from landing into Ingria. Unfortunate. We're capitulating Far East, except they're actually a Russian protectorate, so that doesn't actually do anything. We're landing in Ingria soon here. And then we should be able to capitulate Russia. Okay, Russia's now negative war support, so... Okay, they're not quite willing to accept this peace deal. Also, Far East actually has to accept the peace deal. Okay. That's going to be a little bit harder for them to accept. Okay, we can now make peace. Very nice, very nice. The borders don't actually look that great, but they look okay. They look better than they did before, kind of-ish. I don't know. I wish we could colonize Sakhalin, but Russia has an interest. We should have revoked that interest or claim, not interest. Should have revoked that, probably. We'll start damaging relations with Kokand. Probably annex Bukhara or something. That would be a good idea. Yeah, let's annex Bukhara. Oh, Russia would support them. Could conquer more stuff. I don't really want to fight Russia at this point. A bunch of these countries are being protected by Russia. That's unfortunate. Surely Russia wouldn't actually support these countries. They would be ridiculous to do that. I'm going to demand Siam from the British. That'll help complete our power block area. This is clearly our territory. Wow, they didn't even give us our territory. How dare they? Well, the war began. We're having some pretty good battles for us right now. We're pushing into Siam. But we're also getting ready to land into Britain right now. We are defeating their navies. Okay, we defeated their navy, so now we can land the home counties. Yep, we're in. Alright, very nice, very nice. Okay, we passed women's suffrage. Very nice, very nice. Although, we don't really have that long to take advantage of that before we end the run here, I think. Okay, Britain's now willing to accept transfer Siam. Very good, very good. That's going to make the power block map menu look quite a bit better. You can see here. Yep, that looks pretty good in the south now. This, of course, doesn't look very good, but yeah. And also this doesn't look too great. Okay, we're going to see how high we can make our GDP go if we artificially inflate the economy. So we're going to remove the consumption taxes, up gov wages, up mill wages. And hopefully all this will put so much money into the economy that our GDP will be forced to rise. We'll see, we'll see. Also, we're paying an insane amount in welfare payments. 5 million in welfare. How much are these unemployed pops getting in income? Well, it looks like we aren't making it to 4 billion. We did get a little bit of a GDP spike from it, but I don't think it's going to be enough for 4 billion, unfortunately. Actually, if we annex Korea and Japan, I think we might just barely have enough for 4 billion. 60 million and 50 million? Yeah, we might be able to do it. So, it took me till this point to be out of a wars. Wait, what? We're still in a war? Bruh, hide there. It's time for the final stretch of increasing GDP. Delete consumption taxes, increase government wages, increase military wages. Now, we annex Japan as well. That's going to give us 56 million GDP. Very good, very good. That's a lot of GDP that we gain there. Where the goal is 4 billion by the end of the year. Okay, auto expand, subsidize the railways. Something the railways in Japan should make their country a lot more profitable because the country just wasn't getting railway subsidies, so they had no infra in a bunch of their states. Actually, looks like they've solved the infra problem for the most part. Okay, we're up to 3.9 billion. Very good, very good. The extra SOL we're getting from lowering taxes and increasing government wages. The people working in our government administrations are incredibly high SOL, 22 SOL. Okay, we're gonna declare on Korea to annex them. Of course, they're gonna say no, so we're gonna declare this as a forced diplomatic play. Now we're gonna mobilize a ton of battalions, put them on the front with Korea. We'll also grab this navy, put it over here, so that we can naval invade them to annex quicker. Wow, we actually hit 4 billion without Korea. Let's go! Very nice. The evil French have joined against us. No! How dare they? Actually, what are they doing, though? That's crazy. It's actually really bad for us that the French have joined against us. Well, hopefully it won't make too much of a difference. Okay, we're just destroying the Korean army. We don't have that long to win the war before 1900 ends, but we'll see. Landing in their capital or something. Okay, we got a mandate. We could actually swap out creative legislature for something else. Because creative legislature is not actually like helping us with GDP at all. What would help us? Transportation infrastructure. I don't know. I think I'll just replace it with colonial offices, although we probably won't be using colonial offices. It's just the mandate we would normally have in. Well, it's going to be really close if Korea's going to accept annexation by the end of the year or not. I think they probably don't. That's unfortunate. Maybe they will. If the short duration of war ticks down a little bit more or something, maybe we can get it to happen. Oh, actually, maybe it happens. Let's see here. Oh, it all comes down to whether there's a short duration of war tick on this. Or wait, will this end at like December 31st, or it's gonna be Jan 1st? Oh, never mind, it was December 31st. Okay, and we managed to pause on that date as well. Well, here we are with 4.1 billion GDP in 1900. That's really good. For comparison, my last run had around 2 billion GDP at this point. Let's sort the world by GDP contribution. Oh, that's the wrong way. Sort it by the other way. And we can see here, 176 million in Shaanxi. What's our lowest state that still beats out the rest of the world? Inner Mongolia beats out the next highest state of Ontario. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Ontario be the highest GDP AI state. That's an insanely large in Ontario, actually. Well, I think with 4.1 billion achieved in 1900, this is only ending off the run. We can take a look at some statistics before we end off, like how many people are in our different acceptance tiers. You can see we've got quite a few people in open prejudice. However, the vast majority of our people are in full acceptance. Actually, I'm surprised it's so many people. I assume open prejudice has like Indians and stuff in here. I guess most of them have converted to our religion now. Let's take a look at the religion map mode. See that? No, actually, there haven't been that many people that seemingly have converted to Confucian. I'm surprised there's not as many cultural erasure pops. It should be what most of the Indians are, right? There is quite a few Indian pops, I think. Oh yeah, that's the end of the video. Goodbye.